I am so excited I can barely stand it. We have two incredible guests coming up, and you're not gonna believe it. Please give it up for Hillary and Chelsea Clinton. Welcome!
No, I need a hug. I know.
You guys, welcome on.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. Whoa. Totally normal. Thank you for being here.
Well,
Chelsea Clinton, you're
Amber
here
Ruffin.
because you're a global health scholar, humanitarian, activist, teacher, and vice chair of the Clinton Foundation. And on top of all that, you're a best-selling children's book author. Hillary Clinton. Yeah, damn right, whoop. Woo, indeed. Hillary Clinton, you are here because you have been the First Lady, a U.S. Senator, the Secretary of State, and the first female presidential nominee of a major American political party, and the winner of the popular vote. Thank you for being here. They are my little friends. Yay! You guys, I'm friggin' thrilled to have you here. Oh, what a boon.
And congratulations on your third season.
Oh, thank you for congratulating me on my third season. You know what? To celebrate, I'm gonna have a margarita. Yay!
Did you make that one yourself? 'Cause you are a globally known margarita maker.
Thank
Yes,
you.
that should
I
be
am
in your biography. Amber Ruffin, host of the Amber Ruffin Show,
that. Then
and
it goes blah, blah,
globally
blah, and globally yes,
recognized margarita
renowned.
master.
Yes, that's me, and that's what this show is about. So, Margaret, no, just kidding. Guys, you both have an amazing new show on Apple TV Plus. It's called Gutsy.
Yeah.
Now, on that show, you interview real-life gutsy women. So, it's surreal to have you here in my studio, but not as surreal as it was to have you in my actual house. Guys, I interviewed you. You guys interviewed me.
Yes,
Yes.
we did. Yes,
Well,
we
it was a conversation. Like, you also sort of interviewed us while we were interviewing you.
Yes, it was the coolest thing that has ever happened to me. And I started it off by embarrassing myself horribly. So let's all reenact it. Freaking minding my own business. These two people come to my house. So as you come into my house, there's three pictures, right? Mommy, daddy, husband's mommy, daddy, and this drawing that my husband drew of us. This is the drawing. There it is. Now, this drawing is a joke he drew because I thought was kissing me in an inappropriate way in public. So he drew this.
He brought the inappropriateness into your foyer.
Yes. And then framed it and put it in the hallway. I laugh when I pass it. I don't laugh when I have to explain it to Hillary Clinton. So, yeah. So now we can all feel bad for me. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I've been watching all of Gutsy. It's fantastic. It's very bingeable, dangerously bingeable. So on that show, you guys met a million amazing women, including Megan Thee Stallion. So, yeah, heard of her? Oh, she's pretty great. So, Chelsea, you're a fan of hers.
I am.
Okay, and you introduced your mom to her music. So when I listened to that album, it made me blush. What was it like playing it for your mommy?
Okay, I love that you think I listened to her or listened to Megan with my mom. I didn't, admittedly. I just sent her the link so she could listen to it. Because I am north of 40 years old, and if I am watching TV with my mom and there are two people on scene,
Not with their tongues coming
Yeah,
out.
not with their tongues dancing together. I think, oh my gosh, I'm watching with my mother. So, admittedly, we didn't listen to it together the first time, but then when we were getting ready to see Megan, we listened to it together in the car. And normally I am anti-families being on their own devices while sharing space, but I actually was quite grateful that we were each on our own devices so that I could feel the music and also not have to watch my mom or have my mom watch me. I think, though, it is really important that we have Meghan and we have other women who are so unapologetically claiming their whole selves, claiming themselves as artists, as leaders, as deserving of center stage, and also claiming their sexuality. And I think that is far more important than whatever embarrassment that I should have gotten over probably at 12 and not harbor at 42. And I'm really grateful that we are living in a time where we have more and more women who are feeling comfortable being their whole selves.
Yeah.
That's absolutely right. You didn't know this, but you are being graded, and that was a A+ answer. So, Hillary, you said that you were struck by how unapologetic Megan Thee Stallion is in her joy. Right? Do you feel like you have had to apologize for your joy over the course of your career?
Well, I think a lot of people have wanted me to. And sometimes I was sort of grudgingly willing to say, well, I'm sorry if, that offended you. But I think in politics, it's different. I mean, there's a constant tension between somebody in politics who really is always trying to, be as open and effective as possible, but knowing you're being literally judged all the time. And so you kind of are editing yourself. And that's what I regret, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know what that friggin' feel like.
No, but Amber,
some people are unapologetic and some people are unedited.
but Amber,
Don't give me a beep. Don't beep me.
But Amber, think about, how many times the three of us, but I also imagine every woman sitting in this audience tonight, has had some variation of, why do you smile so much?
Ooh.
Or, wow, that was a loud laugh.
Yeah.
Or, you thought that was funny?
Mm-hmm.
And you should just keep smiling and laughing and finding the world funny when it is.
That's right. Yeah. I get your laugh is too loud once a day from everyone with ears. So many women who you interviewed talked about misogyny, and you've both been in public life for decades. How have you seen misogyny evolve?
Well, look, I mean, it's been around since literally the beginning of time, and women have had to cope with it. And, our progress has been too slow, but forward moving. And then a couple of things have happened recently where there is this really well-organized, well-funded effort to turn the clock back on women and to, double down on the judgment. And of course, with the Supreme Court's decision, double down on, depriving women of making their own choices, having their own rights. But so much of this has gotten worse because of social media. I mean, it's one thing to confront, sexism and misogyny in person. That's painful, and you kind of get strategies to deal with it. But when you have an organized effort online to put women down, to bully women, if you're well known and you've been around, you kind of go, oh, come on, get a life. But if you're a young girl and the people who are, attacking you or criticizing you or bullying you, are people maybe in your school or your neighborhood, and they're not doing it to your face, but they're kind of laughing at you on social media or, showing contempt for you, that's painful. Yeah. And so I think in a lot of ways, and Chelsea has said this, everybody now leads a public life, similar to what we have led for a long time because everybody's on social media.
Yeah, I mean, I think, Amber, it's in many ways the same playbook of time immemorial to try to kind of force women, sometimes through bullying, sometimes through legal means, into smaller spaces so that we know our place. Mm-hmm. I think that what is different today is what young girls and young women have to confront on social media. You think about a 12-year-old girl for whom like her phone may be the most consistent part of her life. Like she gets up in the morning, like she checks her phone. She goes to school, like on the bus, looks at her phone. In between classes, looks at her phone. You know, after school, looks at her phone. After an after-school activity, looks at her phone. Goes home, looks at her phone. Looks at her phone before she goes to bed. And we know there's such pervasive bullying and harassment of girls online. And so then it's painfully not surprising that depression and anxiety and suicidation are skyrocketing among young people, especially young girls. And we have to do more to protect kids in this country.
Yeah, yeah.
You thought you were going to interview your little friends, but turns out the Clintons taking y'all to church. Guys, there have been some huge, incomprehensible news events in America over the past several years, and many of them have caught us completely off guard. But sometimes a news event happens that one of us did see coming, and that one of us is usually Hillary Clinton. Don't believe me? Then please enjoy this segment called I'm Not Gonna Say I Told You So, but... According to the Brennan Center for Justice, Russia's efforts to meddle in U.S. elections have become more brazen over the past few years.
I'm not going to say I told you so, but
the Kremlin, meaning Putin and the Russian government, are directing the attacks, the hacking on American accounts to influence our election.
yeah, I remember saying that, yeah.
According to the Huffington Post, the statement headband is a show-stopping fashion accessory.
So I'm not going to say I told you so, but invest in headbands.
This has been I'm Not Gonna Say I Told You So, but...